everybody, MD Polo here at Range USA in Carmel, Indiana. And today, at least for a little bit, I've got the range all to myself. So that'll be a welcome change. You can hear me. Today, we got something special here. We've got a Staccato, and been wanting to try one of these for a while. It's a Staccato C2 with a custom grip. So we're going to be taking some shots downrange and then going to the tabletop. We're shooting regular blazer, and we got 115 grain. Target's about 8-9 yards out, and we're going to see how we do. First shots through the Staccato CS. I went high on that. Wow, there too. There we go. Definitely a 6 o'clock hold. Through that one by a lot. And we are empty. And once again, there's nobody at the range. Staccato CS. I'm sorry, C2. Maybe I should pay attention to what I'm reviewing. Turn you around. There's 10 rounds. These were the first 2 shots. I was doing point of aim, and that one was just a brain, you know what. And the rest were right here, and I was aiming right at the bottom. So that was right there. So very nice. Soft shooter, very accurate. You can see the nice bull barrel. Night sights, and we're gonna take it to the tabletop. But very nice shooter. Okay, we're back from the range. And anytime I get to shoot a Staccato out at the range, it's always a pleasant experience. They're such well-made guns and smooth. And as I mentioned, today we're going to take a look at the Staccato C2. It's one of the newest releases from Staccato, proudly made in Texas, all of it made in Texas. So that's always a positive, buy American as much as possible. And as all Staccatos, they come with a nice range bag here, plenty of room inside. And this video is turning out to be a lot longer than I expected because there's quite a bit to say about this wonderful firearm. And down at the video description below where the comment section is, I'm going to put the timestamp of the different sectors of the video. So if you want to jump around, you can, and it will show you on the screen as well what chapter you're in. So if you want to take a look down there, it'll show you exactly what's coming in the video. So we got the case. Also want you to know that the Staccato has been double checked for safety, and we have a safe and unloaded weapon. So the Staccato, I've had mixed experiences with them. I've featured quite a bit of them in the channel. And this is, like I said, one of the newest releases, and this is the C2. And it's got some changes made to it, let's put it that way. It comes with 3 mags. The capacity is one of the things they changed, and it's very, very nice. You've got 3 metal mags from Staccato, and it is 16 rounds. So you got 16 plus 1 in 3 mags, which is fantastic. 17 plus 1 in a gun of this size is always a good thing. So of course it's a 2011, which means that it comes in different components. The grip is detachable from the frame and of course from the slide. So you got 3 components here. Single action, it's a 9mm. It comes with a 3.9 inch barrel, and here's a difference. Staccato says the weight of it comes in at 25 ounces, but it's not really clear whether they mean with a mag or without a mag, but also who carries the gun unloaded. So I put it on my scale, and as it sits right now, with the weapon, with the light, and with a full 16 rounds plus one, it comes in at 17.9 ounces on my scale. So it's quite a bit heavier than what they put on the website. And we'll discuss that a little bit later in the video. The MSRP on this gun is coming in at $2,300. So of course on the higher end of things. And as it sits here, it's $3,036. And we'll go through the components and why we're at that price. I'm just letting you walk around and look. One of the things I love is how they do the crown barrel. Another thing they've done, they have now you can choose, some models will have the external extractor and some will have an internal extractor. It depends what camp you're in. You may like one over the other. The slide, starting at the top, is DLC coated, and that's diamond-like carbon coated in black. It's got very nice slide serrations. They're sharp, but they're not going to hurt you, but you definitely feel it. And your hand, there's no way your hand's going to slip when you're using the slide serrations on this Staccato. The sight originally comes with Dawson Precision, and they call it the Perfect Impact sights. And these have been changed. They're also Dawson Precision, but now they're night sights. We got a serrated back with tritium, and normally they come with just a serrated back with no tritium on it. So this works really, really well. The barrel, if you can see here, is a 3.9 inch stainless steel bull barrel, if it's just the steel look, or you can see just there the steel, or you can get it with also a DLC coating, so it'll be a black barrel. It's a flush fit with an 11-degree crown. And I just absolutely love the way it fits. Its flush is very well made. The frame, which is this part, it's made out of 7075 aluminum, and it's all been precision milled, can't speak today, from an aluminum billet, from a piece of billet. It's very light, is very durable. And the whole package, Staccato calls it their Recoil Master railed frame. So they have to give it a really nice and fancy name. It is anodized coated. It's got a rail for accessories, as you see here. And it comes with ambi safety levers. You can see, if the light is helping, you can see that the one on the left side is a little bit wider than the one on the right hand side. Now the grip comes originally is that black grip that you've seen. It's got the star here signifying that they're from Texas, and that has been changed. There's only one, at least that I've found, company that makes grips for Staccatos, and this is the company's called Extreme Shooters, and this is they call it the DR Desert, and is the Dragon Scale grip. And this is the Desert, so it's got some silver in it, some FDE on it, and it is very nice, very grippy. Those dragon scales make it so when you're carrying it, it doesn't hurt you, meaning rub you raw, but when you're shooting, the scales are all the way around. It does a fantastic job of holding to your hand. Now the one thing is, you can see it's supposed to be FDE, or desert, but when you're shooting outside, when you're out in the light, the silver really comes out and it really looks silver, and it pretty much washes out the desert or the FDE. And I do wish there was less of the silver and more of the FDE, but you can get it in many different colors. And the grips are not inexpensive. They're coming in at $361 for the grip module, so that's on top of the $2,300 for the gun. The mag release is something else that you need to change if you're going to use the Extreme Shooters grip. And as you can see here, if the focus is catching, you see how it extends now? It looks like it's a big and extends too far out, but actually due to the angle of the grip here, it's at the perfect height, and it's in two pieces. The first part that sticks out from the gun itself is also coming from Dawson, and is their Gen 1 Dawson mag release, and that's $50. And then the button itself, which is fantastic, comes from Hayes Custom, and that's $35. But it is perfect. My medium-sized hands, I can reach it without breaking my grip at all. It's comfortable, the texture is perfect, the shape fits my thumb. For me, it couldn't be any more perfect. I love the way this mag release turned out. Going down to the trigger, Staccato triggers are very nice, but as you can see, this one also has something special. And this is from a company called Red Dirt. And this is their Staccato ST trigger. It is an adjustable trigger. Comes with a hex screw, and in order to adjust it, you have to have the hammer back like that, and then you can see the hole there, and you can start adjusting for the pre-travel, or the over-travel, I'm sorry. And you can make this just absolutely perfect for you. And like I said, it's already been safety checked, but take a look at this. It's coming in at 3.5 pounds on a 5-pull average. There's just absolutely no movement whatsoever. There, and it goes. Just fantastic trigger. There's no mush, there's no pre-travel, nothing. It's just a wall, break, reset, break. Perfect. Now we're talking about holsters. Well, we haven't talked about it, but in order to carry this, because it is coming at 38 ounces, almost 38 ounces, you need a good holster. And the holster being used is from LAS Concealment. It's been doing a great job. It's for light bearing, so it hooks up to the light. You heard the retention there. It's not going anywhere. It's got the claw to keep it closer to your body, the double clip for stability, and with this, of course, I'm not going to say that you can't feel it. It's not like you're carrying a Glock 42. But with this, it is very carryable. Is that a word? It's easy to carry, it's easy to hide, and it allows you to carry it all day. So very good from LAS Concealment for the Staccato C2, as long as you've got the light. And now talking about the light, it is a Streamlight TLR 7A. They call it a tactical weapon light, and it works really well. The controls are easy to actuate, and it throws a nice white light, 500 lumens. According to Streamlight, the MSRP is $254, but I've seen them online for $150. So what are the shooting impressions with this? It's very smooth, it's very accurate, it's been 100% reliable. It tends to like, at least this one, it likes 124 grain, better than 115 or any of the heavier ones. It's happy with 124 grains. The carry experience, the CCW experience, as I mentioned earlier, is not the lightest gun to conceal all day. With this, LAS Concealment holster is something you can do. But you do need the right rig. You need a good belt and you need a good holster, but it's definitely okay to carry because it's pretty much the size of a Glock 19. A little bit wider, but it's pretty much the size. I'm not comparing weight or thickness, but as far as the footprint is very similar to a Glock 19. Now, what are the negatives? Because everything has a negative, you look hard enough. Well, depending on your situation, price could definitely be a negative. You're running, $3,000 plus or $2,500 with taxes on this gun. And so that's definitely a negative. Fit and finish is wonderful, outstanding, and I think overall is a fantastic gun. So what are my final thoughts on the Staccato C2? Well, for sure it's a gun that is very well made. It's expensive, but I think it's worth it. That's something you have to decide whether it's worth it for you. It all depends on personal preference and budget. Also, it screams quality. You can tell that they made it with the best materials they could. They spend a lot of time putting it together. The way the slide racks back and forth, it's butter. Absolutely fantastic. It truly is something special how they do this in the higher price 2011s. And it's been 100% reliable. It's not at the top range of price for a 2011, but it's also not at the bottom. It's somewhere in the middle. So as far as 2011s are concerned, you got less expensive than the Staccato C2. You would find the Bull Armory, the SAS2. Now you got that Platypus that takes Glock mags that a lot of people like. You got the Springfield Prodigy. So all those guns are going to be, of course, very nice, reliable, and they're going to be less expensive than the Staccato C2. On the higher end, you're going to find things like, from Nighthawk, from Terran Tactical, like the Pit Viper. So you got guns that are going to be in the $4,000 to $8,000 range. So a lot more expensive than the Staccato. So it's a Rolex for sure. It does the same thing, tells time just like a Timex. It depends what's your thing, what's your groove, and what you want, what's going to serve you better. But is it worth it? For me, it is. I think Staccato made a fantastic gun here. I love the fact that it's all made here in the US in Texas. And I also love, let me digress a little bit, how the edges around the safety are no longer sharp, at least not in this particular sample. That's one of the things that I had an extreme beef with. And the reason I sold my Staccato C is because the edges around the thumb safety here, this corner right here, was very sharp, very, very sharp. And every time I took it to the range, and just with my regular grip, I would come home and this area of my thumb right here would be cut and bleeding. That's how sharp it was. So I just got sick of it and sent it back. Sold it. But now with this one, with a C2, this is very nice, rounded, and smooth. So I've had zero issues, and the safeties are very, very positive. So that's one of the things. So is it worth it for you? I'd like to hear in the comments section below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this new-ish Staccato C2. I want to thank my friend Danny for lending me his Staccato C2 for this review. I wish it was mine, but it's not. So thank you so much, Danny, for lending your Staccato to the channel. Very, very much appreciated. And for you, thank you so much for stopping by and taking time of your day to watch my video. If you like what I do, please consider hitting that subscribe button. YouTube tells me that about 90% of my viewers are not subscribed, and that's the best way you can help the channel if you wish to give me a hand. Other than that, I post videos every Friday morning and when I can on Wednesdays as well. I'm posting more and more on Twitter because I'm sick and tired of Instagram's censorship, let's call it. So if you want to check me out on Twitter, X is called now, I would really appreciate it as well. So I look forward to your comments. That's my favorite part of the interaction in the channel. I look forward to your comments. Thank you very much for stopping by. And until the next time, God bless.